5 previous winners of a Spanish Grand Prix line up on the grid this afternoon, and it's round 5 of the Formula One World Championship in 2018. The European section of the season starts right here, just on the outskirts of Barcelona. 29.3 million visitors per year, most of which were walking down Las Ramblas when we were filming a couple of days ago. The medium tyre, the soft tyre, or the super soft tyre. Pirelli have brought tyre compounds a step softer than last year. There's an 80% chance of rain. We might need the intermediates or the wet weather tyres. Conditions sunny, but still that stiff breeze, Martin Brundle, blowing around the circuit. There's rain clouds threatening as well, and a dash down to turn 1, where one of the leading contenders might want to sort things out sooner rather than later.
And we've seen some great launches, haven't we, from the second and third rows of the grid too. And there's another unknown. It rained heavily overnight. We've had a couple of races this morning. The track will be green, as it's called, in terms of some of the rubbers taken away, and the grip will be different. It is windy. It's not quite as windy as qualifying, but I think tyre choice and using your tyres properly, getting your strategy right through the race. We know it's a marginal one-stopper, which always gives a bit of a sting in the tail towards the end of the Grand Prix, if that's the case.
We'll be relieved that there are some lights on ahead of it. There's a green flag behind him. And it's lights out, and away we go. And it's the dash down to turn 1 then. Who's going to come out on top? Lewis Hamilton ahead of Valtteri Bottas. Sebastian Vettel trying to find a way past Kimi Raikkonen, then Verstappen and Ricciardo. And down the inside goes Fernando Alonso. Hamilton into the lead. Sebastian Vettel goes second ahead of Valtteri Bottas. Running wide is Stoffel Van Dorn and also Charles Leclerc.
Ferrari ahead of the Mercedes. And Carlos Sainz up the inside of turn 3. Is that a puncture for Van Dorn in the McLaren? I think it is.
Someone's gone off. Quite a few have gone off there. You can see Sergei Sorokin threading his way through, and that looks like Romain Grosjean very much out of this race. What has happened to the Haas driver? He's collided with Nico Hülkenberg, I think, who's out of this race as well. Safety car right at the start. Let's have a look. Alonso getting a bit out of shape. Sainz down the inside, and then Grosjean loses it, spins 360 degrees, and Hülkenberg could do nothing to avoid him and goes off the track, losing his left rear wheel.
That'll take some clearing up.
Brendan Hartley, Pierre Gasly is there as well on the Toro Rosso. We saw a Toro Rosso get involved. Romain Grosjean just going right across the track. Was he right to keep his foot on the throttle and keep it planted, or did that cause more accidents, more damage than it should have done?
Well, he was spinning across the track, wasn't he? But he was unfortunately, it created a fog, and the others just drove into it and hit him.
This is the view from Sebastian Vettel and his car. Watch how he gets behind Bottas, gives him a nice slipstream.
Yes, indeed. The Mercedes punching a hole in the air for the Ferrari, and then hangs it out around the outside. Bottas presumably is inside us now. Job done. And great driving there to split the Mercedes.
We can get racing once again, and Sainz is pressurising Magnussen, and Alonso is having a go at Esteban Ocon as well, but Ocon just stays ahead of Fernando Alonso as Hamilton continues to lead from Vettel, and still Carlos Sainz coming at Kevin Magnussen and trying to get past. Alonso and Ocon now going round the outside of turn 3. Fernando Alonso, what a lovely move before turn 4. He's ahead of the Force India.
Might be one of the oldest men on the grid, but he's still got it, hasn't he, Fernando Alonso? Total commitment as always.
If it does take ages to get these tyres warmed up, you might as well put them on early. Not such a bad stop, bit of smoke from the brakes on the front, but he passes me in the pit lane. So let's see if anybody reacts to this.
Well, they should have a gap behind Ricciardo and ahead of Magnussen, but have they got their sums right? So he can go to the end of the race. He doesn't need to have another tyre change.
3.9 stop. He was a little bit deep on his marks at the pit stop, which slows it all down. Everybody has to shuffle around a little bit.
Here comes Magnussen and Sebastian Vettel. Out of the pits comes Valtteri Bottas. This is going to be very close indeed. Kevin Magnussen, Sebastian Vettel in the middle. Sebastian Vettel gets past Valtteri Bottas and preserves that net second place that he had. But that was very, very close indeed. He's got past Kevin Magnussen as well. Crucial moment for Sebastian Vettel there. Bottas, had he have been half a second quicker in that pit stop, would have been ahead of the Ferrari. watching Kimi Raikkonen, and look how Verstappen is starting to gain on Kimi Raikkonen as well, who thought about diving into the pits there. Verstappen got past him, and then Raikkonen stayed out. They weren't ready for him at Ferrari. I think he wanted to come in.
I have some issue.
Yeah, that doesn't sound healthy at all over the team radio. Ricciardo has got past Raikkonen as well. He thought about diving into the pits, but whether he was just a bit too late to do it, the team weren't ready, I don't know.
I think he was being very fair, there. He knew he got a problem. Instead of parking it on the racing line, he knew Verstappen was right on his exhaust pipe. And so he just got out of the way.
Sock 8. Nothing. Okay, nothing happened. Stop the car, Kimi, stop the car.
Kimi Raikkonen, 6 podiums in the last 8 races, and he's going to retire. You would imagine, unless they can find a fix for whatever engine issue he is suffering from at the moment. Race leader, pits. And let's see, in the pit lane, we reckon about a 22-second loss in total, 2.5 second stop. That wasn't too bad for him. Still Sebastian Vettel ahead of Valtteri Bottas, but the Ferrari and the Mercedes very close indeed, just coming through the final chicane. Sainz is going for it here with Marcus Ericsson, and which way is Ericsson going to go? And oh, they're going to touch, are they going through turn 1? Ericsson defending for all his life, and almost slicing a bit of the front wing of Carlos Sainz Renault off as they head through turn 2. That looked like it was going to be an easy move for Sainz, but it's not the way it transpired. Race leader Lewis Hamilton, sorry to butt in there, Martin. Almost having a look there at Max Verstappen.
As Christian said, we're not going to give him track position anyway, even if he's effectively a pit stop ahead of us. But yeah, Sainz's problem is he's got Leclerc and Alonso coming at him fast as well.
As in comes Daniel Ricciardo.
Here we go, it's the Red Bulls then, with their offset strategy, the medium tyre on. So let's see if this is the only one stop in town, apart from Hamilton. It seems like he can do what he wants today. Daniel Ricciardo first in, let's see what Max Verstappen does.
But all the while he's sat behind Max Verstappen, Sebastian Vettel, Valtteri Bottas, who were at the initial stages, the threat to him, are catching him. He's not behind Verstappen now, though, because the Dutchman is pitting.
And it's also damaging Lewis's tyres, but I'm confidently assuming Lewis can get to the end having pitted on lap 25, but time will tell.
Takes him to lap 65, 1 extra than the Pirelli guidelines. So Verstappen hits and will come out behind Bottas and comfortably ahead of his teammate Daniel Ricciardo. And Esteban Ocon now pulling over to the side of the track. Now this looks like some sort of mechanical issue here, Martin Brundle. They can push that car away. It's pulled over right by one of the marshalling posts and one of the gaps.
Safety car would spice this race up a treat right now and play into a few people's hands.
Virtual safety car has been deployed. Sebastian Vettel is pitting under the virtual safety car. Hamilton has gone through and carries on in the lead of this race. Valtteri Bottas has stayed out for Mercedes. As far as I'm aware, Sebastian Vettel pits now, and they change his tyres. Out into the race he goes once more.
It was a very slow stop.
It was 5.6 seconds.
You gain advantage. Obviously, you're pitting while others are not at racing speed. It's a cheap pit stop, but it was a slow pit stop.
There's Verstappen, and Verstappen now ahead of Sebastian Vettel. That 5.6 seconds has cost Sebastian Vettel a place. Yes, he's got fresher tyres on, but he has not got that much fresher tyres on compared to Verstappen and Ferrari. By pitting under the virtual safety car and with a 5.6 second stop, Martin, have lost a place to the Red Bull here.
Yeah. Vettel out of track position, but with fresher tyres.
So he had no new soft tyres remaining. That's why the medium compound went on. This is Fernando Alonso. Charles Leclerc, has he been caught napping a bit with the safety car ending? Alonso is alongside and ahead, but back comes Charles Leclerc again. this is going to be interesting going into turn one. Leclerc is fighting away and has to concede eventually from Fernando Alonso. Paul di Resta down to you at time of Sky Race Control.
Yeah, I've just watched Max Verstappen. He's just run into the back of the Williams as it was ending, as he was getting away. He's got massive front wing damage.
And we're on board now with Max Verstappen, the Williams in front of him. And there you go, Martin, front wing end plates on the left-hand side. Look, completely damaged.
Yeah, that's horrible. The stewards won't like it either. If that's flailing around, he'll have to make a pit stop to fix that, unless it detaches it very quickly, but he's losing a huge amount of performance as we see a Williams in the background in trouble.
So that's Sorokin having trouble at turn 9. It was Lance Stroll was the Williams that Max Verstappen ran into the back of. Van Dorn is slowing down and looks like he's having mechanical issues.
I lost drive.
He's lost drive and was running in 13th place and becomes the latest retirement in this race. At a racetrack where, of course, McLaren and their Honda relationship struggled and suffered in the past, where they hoped to come here this year with a new upgrade package and run and score the points, which they are with Alonso, but Van Dorn out of the race. Or Lewis Hamilton on his way for a 30th consecutive points finish, the first man ever to finish in the points for 30 consecutive races. He's going to break Michael Schumacher's record as well and notch up his 41st win from pole position as Hamilton takes the win at the Spanish Grand Prix, and it was a win that really never looked in doubt. He has a 17-point lead in the championship.
Get in there, Lewis. Awesome drive there, mate. Awesome drive, absolutely stellar. So that's a P1, P2 for Mercedes. Great job, mate. Absolutely awesome.
Yes, great job, guys. Fantastic effort all weekend. This is more like it. Let's keep this up.
Lewis Hamilton wins in Spain from pole position. This time around, it's a Mercedes 1 and 2. Valtteri Bottas retired from the race last year. Today, he completes a whole calendar year of classified finishes. Comes home in second ahead of Max Verstappen, who gets his first podium of the season with 3rd place. Sebastian Vettel and Daniel Ricciardo complete the top 5. Kevin Magnussen, very useful points indeed for Haas, ahead of Carlos Sainz and Fernando Alonso. Sergio Perez, and for the second race running, Charles Leclerc picking up points for Sauber as well. Behind them, it was a real struggle for Williams. Both cars got to the finish, but Sorokin was 3 laps down. And we lost from this race with issues that might have been a gearbox for Stoffel Van Dorn, certainly engine for Esteban Ocon and Kimi Raikkonen, and Grosjean, Gasly and Hulkenberg all out right at the start.
A little strong enough.